The Catalina Conservancy has a plan to kill all the deer, and as you might expect, that plan is drawing some opposition. State Department of Fish and Wildlife is hiring a company and use their sharpshooters to shoot the deer from a helicopter. All the deer must go.
We got 4 days. So first, I've never been out here before. I have no idea what we're gonna see. Don't even know the area. But I'd say if we see like a solid 4x4, that's like gonna be hard to pass up. Or like a big 3, or even like a big 4-key. I'd be down like a big mature 4-key. As we get towards like day 3 and 4, we really need to remember what we're here for is to help get rid of some deer off that island and then get some meat. I think if we kill the doe, we probably help the population more. So I don't know, that's like something we'll have to figure out when we're out there and just kind of, maybe we'll ask the Conservancy, but that's what I'm thinking. It's gonna kind of change per day. But definitely gonna be kicking myself if we see deer on the first day and then the last 2 days don't see anything, and then we kind of like totally blow it for coming out here to try to help the deer population. But we're also gonna see what's what, you know, like, yeah, of course you just want that big old thick neck. So I guess last year they were gonna fly helicopters with sharpshooters, and then just leave the meat, and then like just leave the animals dead out there. Okay. From my understanding. And so then like there's a big pushback on that, because obviously some people want the deer there no matter what. Some people probably don't want anybody hunting them. Right. But at least this, like, they opened it up so the guys could go out there and get meat, you know. So then I was like, perfect, I'll go help freaking kill a deer out there. Really? And then Paul has hunted with me in Hawaii, and like we got sheep this year, and I was like, dude, I'll come out, we'll hunt, and like leave you with a bunch of deer meat. Nice. And I've always wanted to go to Catalina. Yeah. Always wanted to die. The stuff out there. Yeah. Yeah, it's a main mission is kind of the mule deer hunt, but this is the mission. The mission is the journey. So this is part of the journey. Being out here, fishing, catching what we can, eating whatever's out here wild. Yeah. So stuff, Paul. Dude, we just love to fish. I think me and Paul probably should have been professional fishermen.
You know why we caught fish today and not yesterday?
Because
you didn't have those bananas in your system. Like I told you, don't bring the bananas. Look at that. You get them out, hook off.
slippers I pull.
Who's gonna be the first one to get one of these?
The cactus in the toe.
Yeah.
One of us is gonna sit on it, guarantee.
Yeah.
You can suck the poison out though for me. Well, we're kind of running out of light here. First afternoon hunting. It's pretty crazy how many roads there are on this island. I thought we'd be a little bit more remote, but there's a van driving by right there. It's pretty cool. We saw buffalo, bison. I don't really know the difference, but I think they're the same thing. Bison, American buffalo. So saw bison, and from seeing that bison and how big it was and how much it stood out on the landscape, it made me realize that if there's deer, we should be able to kind of get eyes on them. It's kind of hard to judge how big these bushes were, but after seeing that buffalo, I was like, okay, if there's a deer out there, we should be able to see it. Just taking the time to glass this stuff. I kind of wanted to get up there, but Caleb talked me out of it. Just wanted to glass, which is probably smart. Got our first doe. Yes. I saw one before anybody. I'm pretty excited about that since Caleb turned it into a competition. Kind of keeping an eye on her. I know these bucks should technically maybe kind of be in the rut. So hopefully Bucks is going over there to check her out, sniff her out, just get a good whiff, seeing what else is there. So,
You know what I love about this, Paul? Do you think we could see that doe from that ridge if we climb up there?
nah, there's probably bucks up there.
One, two, three, four. Well, we were in 8th grade, and Danny had a four-wheeler, so he was the coolest guy I knew. So we're riding the four-wheeler at his house, and we're going down this hill, and he's like, yeah, these things are awesome. You don't even need hands. And he let go. Boom, the thing hit a rock, wheel turned, we flip off, and the thing rolled all the way down the hill. Do, 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 do. Almost killed me. But yeah, survived. Straight from the island.
Appreciating where we are. Just camped right. I mean, like the sailboat's over here. So rad. Like 3 days of travel to get here. Plane, drive all night, boat ride, stay the night, and then another boat ride. So we're finally in it. Last night we saw those 3 does, so I still kind of know what we're looking for, but I'm still just trying to read the terrain and how tall this grass is and how tall these bushes are, so that I know, like when I'm looking at those bushes over there, they're probably the same height. Over here, it's probably 14, 15 bison. Paul's just like addicted to looking at them. He's not even looking for deer. He's, hey, let me see that spotter. So he's over there looking at the bison. They're easy to see. We are up to 9 does, I believe, and 0 bucks. So it's kind of still a little bit of a poke to that one doe. Honestly, I told the boys if there was any does within 100, or any deer within 100, we were gonna capitalize on it. If it was like a good, if we knew we can get a good shot, that's really the most important thing for me, is making a good shot. But you know, you have you have decisions to make before you squeeze the trigger. So we decided not to shoot those, and we're just enjoying this classic golden California sunset. Cooking bear sausage, breakfast sandwiches, we got coffee. We're gonna go. Well, I have to get a deer out of this zone because the winds are gonna pick up and we gotta move anchor. So hoping to find one today. Hoping we don't regret passing up that doe yesterday. Well, I end up finding another doe, hopefully. I'm not opposed to getting a doe down, and then loving it, dude. I'm excited to try some of this bear breakfast sausage and drink some of this coffee. Wake up. I texted Ryan Callahan and he said that it'd probably be best if I shot a doe if they're trying to get rid of the population out here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so it'll help with the population if I shoot a doe versus a buck. Here we go, boys. Right.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Down. Got one.
I put my foot in the cactus back there twice. I did it once. I was like, ow, and then I like put it right back in.
How's it feeling?
I was kind of a scramble to get comfortable, but my foot, man, is there poison in that cactus?
The other one tastes better, right?
The Hawaiian boys. Just barefooting it out here.
Catalina, baby.
Yes, sir.
Helping out the conservation out here. They want less deer, and that's killing does. And so I just double checked with Ryan, and he was saying that there really isn't a situation where year over year reducing buck numbers is going to have a greater impact unless you do so in a way that is 60% of the does. So that was rough math, is what he was saying, but basically does are the way to go to limit the population. Mule deer, Catalina mule deer chops. Pretty psyched. Gonna get the saltwater brine, the seawater saltwater brine on them. hook them up for probably lunch. We're safely at mooring. No more worrying about the anchor pulling. Look at that baby. On it, we got the chops. Pretty simple, just salt and pepper, but we're just letting it get some of that blood out. Just let it soak 4 hours or something, get that blood out, get some saltiness. Bonito, first day, slay. That was sick, catching a few. I couldn't believe how many we caught right there in that one little zone. Then right here, this is it. This was the mission to come out here. This was the excuse, was to come deer hunting. But that wasn't, it was all about coming out to enjoy the journey. Like, this opened up the door for me to ask Paul to go on the sailboat. Something I've been dreaming about doing for a long time since he's been on the sailboat. How long have you been on the sailboat living?
10 years.
10 years I've been trying to find an excuse to go hang out Paul and take the sailboat out. And this was the final excuse of like, okay, if I get this deer tag, maybe we can go camp and we go dive and stuff. And it's more for the adventure, but also the island, like they want to get rid of the deer. And what better way to come out and hunt and then use the meat. This is our first little bit of it, but I have a bunch in the cooler. Paul's gonna probably take more than half, and then I got a few friends I'm gonna give away meat to here in California. Last year I found out that they were talking about eradicating all the deer off the island. Helicopters, sharpshooters, and that to me is something very similar and familiar because they do that in Hawaii. And I hate to see it. They come and eradicate a bunch of sheep off the landscape, and it's just, to me, is a bunch of wasted protein. And they were talking about doing that out here. So for us to be able to come out and hunt them and help with the deer population, also use the resource and kind of open that up to people's eyes of like how good the meat is, and it's right here walking in their backyards. I see it as like everyone counts, right? So at least we got our one, and I'm just blessed for the journey, honestly. Like, that's just kind of an excuse for me to come out here and feel good story, but I just like living. This is the way I like living, and happy to enjoy it with good friends for sure.